These Muslims try threatening this Christian man of God with threats from their Sharia law, which is actually practiced by Islamic quote-unquote extremists in the Quran. But if you guys know, they're not actually Islamic extremists, they're just practicing what Prophet Muhammad told them to do in the Quran. So continue watching to the end, because I guarantee you this video will be interesting and you won't regret it.
Have you damaged the Quran, sir?
Why are you asking?
Because I see the Quran in your hand and you're...
Is this yours?
No, it's not mine.
What is your business with this?
My business with this is this is the words of my religion. This is my religious...
Excuse me, this is not your book.
Excuse me, this is the Quran. And I follow the Quran and the Sunnah.
So make sure you
treat it
that
with
book,
respect.
treat it with respect.
Excuse me, this is my copy.
Excuse me.
This is my copy.
Okay,
What
so-
is your business?
This is
talking
not your
about my
possession.
copy?
This is Allah's provision, and He gave this to you.
Say so.
Says Allah.
So explain.
Explain.
How do you know this is
Allah
from
gave you
Allah?
this book.
How do you know this is from Allah?
Because Allah revealed it to the messenger.
Give evidence.
Don't give
claim.
evidence.
Give evidence.
Don't you have the book in your hand? Isn't the evidence right there, sir?
Well, there are all sorts of
Well,
books.
excuse
There are
me.
all sorts of books in the world. What's the evidence this is from Allah?
Allah gave the book to Jibril. Jibril gave the book to the messenger, Rasulullah
Evidence.
sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Don't give me claims.
It's
Evidence.
in there. It's in there.
Evidence.
Open up a page. It's in there.
Look, anyone can claim anything.
It's not claim. It's in there.
Can you open the book?
Even the book can claim something. The
Oh.
question is, what is the evidence?
People like this, Allah has put a seal in their hearts. Look at this guy. If
you
you
have
damage...
the book in your hand, we're telling you.
Exactly.
Did you go through British education
Open
system?
up the page. Open up.
Did you go through British education system?
Were you even born in Britain to ask me that question?
Sorry, what's that?
Were you born in Britain?
I wasn't.
Okay, I was born in Britain.
Good. But did you go through an education system here?
I did, yes.
So, during your education system, or when going through education, where you trained to ask critical questions, find out answers, and so on. I'm asking a critical question. Any book can claim anything. How do you know the claim is true? Explain to me what evidence you have to claim that this is from Allah.
You put you bring the book and you put it with other books, okay, and you see which one makes more sense. This is logical, yeah. I can see because of your white hairs, you're a bit confused.
Sure.
So,
Give me
I'll guide
details. Give me details.
The Bible.
What tells you that
Okay.
this is from Allah?
Okay, what tells me this is from Allah? Who revealed the book to the messenger?
This one?
Yeah, who revealed that book to the messenger?
What gives you the reason to think there existed a messenger?
There existed a messenger. Did Allah send a messenger or not?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Okay, what does a messenger mean? Define a messenger.
There's no final messenger. Do you know about
It's in the
archaeology?
name.
Do you know archaeology?
I don't know what archaeology is, mate. Can you explain? Can you explain it? in your
According to
terms? Explain it in
archaeology,
your terms.
according to archaeology, Mecca did not even exist in the 7th century. It did not even exist. We have ample evidence for
Listen, you know
we have
Mecca-
ample. We have
Hey. You know Mecca was pagans used to worship Mecca. Yeah?
evidence.
Mecca was conquered. Mecca was conquered.
Evidence.
It's in that book, mate.
Evidence.
It's in the Quran.
Quran can claim anything. What's the evidence?
Okay, so what's your claims? What's your evidence?
Plenty.
Okay, bring your point, and I'll debunk your point.
So in other words, you can't give any evidence for the existence of Mecca. You can't give any evidence for
It's
the
in
existence
there.
of Muhammad. You
It's
can't
in
give
there,
an
brother. He's
evidence.
holding the truth
You
in his
can't
hand.
give any evidence for how are you doing? Good to see. We can't give any evidence for this.
Is that another Quran? Okay, no problem.
So you
advise
can't
you
you
read that.
can't
I advise you read
you
that.
can't give any evidence for this book coming from Allah. Why do you believe in these things then?
This is Allah's
Why
words.
do you believe?
This is Allah's words. This
How-
is Allah's
no,
words.
no, you could not
You
give.
are a kafir.
Look, let's
You
go
are a
through.
disbeliever.
Let's go through this again.
Excuse me.
You could not give any evidence for the existence of Mecca. Point number one. You could not give any evidence for the existence of a messenger. Point number two.
Are you sure?
You could not.
Are you sure?
Of course you could not.
Okay, go
So-
to Saudi Arabia right now. You're telling me you won't see his grave? So if there was
See whose grave?
Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi
Let me hold your
wasallam.
mic. Let me
How
hold
do
your
you-
mic. Let me hold your mic.
explain,
Hey,
explain.
let me hold your mic.
Explain.
Okay.
He was buried in his mosque. He was buried in
So
his
today
mosque.
we go to Saudi Arabia together
Okay, go see his-
and
go see his
describe
grave.
the process. Describe the
grave.
process.
If you go to his mosque, you'll be able to see his grave. Yes or no?
Look, my dear friend, let's do this very simply. Yeah,
excuse
we
me.
are
Excuse me.
let's say we are booking
Hey,
a
hey.
flight. We are booking flight tickets. We are flying together. We're going. From there, describe the process. Where do you go and how do you ascertain that a grave there is in relation to your messenger? How do you describe the process?
Do you know what's buried? Do you know
Do you know where he's buried?
Describe.
Hey,
I don't think he even existed, so I don't know. I don't know what your claim is.
That's your
That's your, brother. That's a you problem.
That's a you problem. That's your
Have you ever read the early archaeological evidence on Muhammad?
Apparently this
Nah, I
guy
haven't.
works
What does it say? What
Apparently
does it
this
say?
guy
Do you know how many times the name Muhammad shows up in this book?
Okay, one second.
Not a lot of times. So
How many?
You know this guy used to work in
not
IT.
a lot of times.
How many? How?
I'm not
Okay,
sure
you
the
work-
exact number, but I'm
you
not-
work in
So
IT.
when you
search
don't
it
know
out.
basic details, why are you trying to defend your Quran standing here?
Basic details.
So you want me to know everything?
I want you to no. I want you to know some basic things, not everything.
Okay.
So-
I just told you he wasn't mentioned a lot of times in the Quran. So what's your point?
How do you know Muhammad of Islam even existed?
Brother, don't ask me silly questions.
I know you're frustrated, but do you have evidence or not? Yourself.
It's in your right hand, mate.
Is where?
It's in your right hand.
Okay, sure. Use the Quran right now.
don't-
Tell me what
don't-
you understand of Muhammad from this book, please.
What have you done to that book?
Read.
Before I touch it, what have you done
Stop
to that
threatening.
book? No, I'm
Read
not.
the Quran and tell me.
Read the Quran.
You read
I've
this
read
in your hand.
multiple times. I challenge you. I
I
challenge
touch
you.
that, what have you
Read
done
in the
to that book?
Quran.
Tell me,
You
tell me,
cannot even
Tell me.
ascertain
Tell me.
basic
Listen
facts
to
of
me,
Muhammad.
listen.
I'll give you a simple
Listen,
example.
What have you done to that book? Then I'll talk.
Muhammad being from Mecca, does the
You know
Quran
this guy
claim
did
that?
things with that book, bro.
Does the Quran claim Muhammad is from Mecca?
Nah, it doesn't. I don't think.
Does the Quran claim Muhammad is from Quraysh?
Quraysh.
Yes, he is from Qawm al-Quraysh. Yes, he is
I'm
from
not
Quraysh.
asking
Yeah,
whether
he's-
you like it or not. Does the Quran claim so?
He is from the Quraysh, yes.
But does the Quran claim so?
I'm not too sure.
It's not clear.
Doesn't.
The Quran says it is.
I'm answering you. Doesn't. Let me ask you. Does the Quran? No, but this is the problem, my dear friend. You are a very young man, and so are you. My points to you both young people are this. Please don't stand here and try and soldier on to defend a book about which you haven't done basic research.
What?
Okay, let me go through this now. So Muhammad from Mecca, Quran doesn't claim so. Muhammad from Quraysh, Quran doesn't claim so.
I'm gonna walk away.
Muhammad having problems with pagan Meccan idolaters, does the Quran claim that?
Yes, he conquered every Mecca.
Pagan
Yeah,
Meccan.
yeah, he
Do you know how many times the word Mecca shows
He
up in the
destroyed
Quran?
idols.
Huh?
Do you know how many times the word Mecca shows up in the Quran?
Not a lot of times.
How many?
I'm not too sure.
You see, my dear friend, this is the. No, at least you're being a lovely man. You're a very lovely young man. But can I please, and you too, you're a very lovely young man.
You love me?
You're a little
Do you
bit.
love me? Do you love me?
I am a Christian. I am
You love me?
supposed. I am a Christian.
Do you love me?
As a Christian, I am supposed to love all human beings.
You love me?
As a Christian,
You love me?
I am supposed to love. As a
Am I
Christian,
your neighbor?
you are my right now.
Okay, I am
right
your
now.
neighbor. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
your neighbor.
Right now you are my neighbor. So,
If
as
I'm
a
your
Christian,
neighbor, why do you curse Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam?
this has nothing to do with Muhammad. You are a young man.
Excuse me.
What's your name?
My name? Alan.
Alan.
A-L-A-N-D. Alan.
Alan. What's your name?
Ibrahim.
Ibrahim. Alan.
Abraham.
Ibrahim. Alan and Ibrahim, I see today as fellow human beings. You are real to me. You exist, I know. Muhammad, no evidence whatsoever. And that is my point so far. And that is my point so far.
So
So
you're telling me there's no evidence that Muhammad existed?
Muhammad of Islam, there's no evidence.
The Quran is the existence
Exactly,
of the
and
Prophet.
it's in his right hand, it's in
Existence
his
of
right
the
hand,
Prophet
it's in his right hand.
Second, we have coins of the Quran. We have rocks written by the
Well,
Quran.
what's your evidence?
The
Where do you get that
companion-
evidence from?
The
I just wanna know.
companion, even the companion who has lived.
Let's
now,
wait for him to
now,
finish. So we don't.
now my question to him: give me any evidence of Jesus.
Exactly.
Same with same criteria.
Exactly.
Come to that.
We have graves. We have
Ask my
graves.
question, ask
We
my
have graves. We have graves. We have graves. Do you guys have graves? I got you. You guys have
You guys, you're still alive. You're still alive.
We got him. We got him. We got him. What's your answer now? He's started laughing. What's your answer now? Excuse me.
No. Let him give you evidence of Jesus.
What's this?
A free
No,
gift,
no, I'm gonna
a
give
gift
back
to you.
I wanna give back.
This is a book that I have written.
To take something, you have to give him something. You don't have nothing to give him, then you can take it.
So Ibrahim, Ibrahim, you asked me if we have evidence. This is a book that I have written on the evidence in relation to Jesus Christ.
Okay, so is this a man-made
This is a book that I have written.
Is this man-made
My point, plenty of evidence.
Can you give one?
Plenty of evidence.
Give one.
Number one, the city called Mecca, archaeologically, according to all evidence, did not exist in the 7th century. Did not.
A liar. I will expose him now. Wait a second. Now,
Let's see.
now.
Note carefully. Let's watch carefully.
Now.
If he is able to provide archaeological evidence for Mecca, let's wait.
Do I have archaeological evidence in Mecca? Okay. Is he dumb?
Archaeological evidence for Mecca from 7th century. Let's find out what evidence he is going to provide.
Your heart is sealed, bro. Your heart is sealed.
No. He asked a question. Now his second question. He asked a question. I give him evidence of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now show me evidences of the Jesus.
Show me.
Just wait and
Yeah.
see. He will not provide an evidence. Wait and see.
I will not run
Don't try
like a
to
coward
play
like
him,
you.
man.
7th
Show
century,
me.
7th
Show me.
century Mecca.
Okay.
Let's wait and see.
Jesus, evidence of Jesus. He will answer mine, I will answer. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. I'm
Looking for it. We're waiting. We're waiting.
Yeah, Jesus, go ahead,
Revelations
Jesus.
2213. Revelations 2213. Why don't you change it? Why don't you change it? Inshallah, we're gonna take over the YouTube channel. Inshallah,
Take over. What do you mean take
The
over?
Muslims have.
Are you planning always to take over, threaten, and these
Here
things?
we go.
Here we
We're
go
gonna take
again.
over YouTube channel because we're gonna debunk all of you guys, and then what you guys gonna have no more content to post.
Excuse me.
But you could not answer basic questions. Why are you planning to take over?
Excuse
anything?
me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
You could not answer basic questions. Why would you want to take over anything? Yeah, let's
Here
see.
is the evidence.
Yeah,
now
look, let's see.
he will give about Jesus and they will talk
Oh,
about Mecca. Go ahead.
Mecca, 7th century.
Yeah.
What's the
Yes.
evidence?
I have the
he going to
evidence.
give evidence?
No,
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
read it, but he has to give
Reading.
evidence of Jesus.
What's the evidence?
I'm reading.
What's
I'm
the name of the archaeological
reading.
archaeological artifact?
Okay, but
Let's go
he
through the
will give
details.
me-
Oh, he's
he
got
will-
ready for you.
I'm
He's got
reading.
ready for you.
Now, you
Archaeological
ask-
artifact.
listen,
Which
listen,
archaeological
listen,
artifact? Is he
listen.
going to show any archaeological
Listen,
artifact?
listen.
Archaeological.
You ask me for evidence of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they give to you at least 3-4. Now, what evidence do you have for the existence of Jesus?
Exactly. You don't.
To you, Ibrahim, because you're a sensible man. Jesus is a historical character recorded by all qualified historical resources of the 1st century. You have Tacitus, a Roman historian, Suetonius, a Roman historian.
How long was this after Jesus died?
No. Wait. Are you literally
But
deceiving
Ibrahim,
me?
Ibrahim,
He was
we're
asking
doing
you about
one step at a
archaeological,
time.
and now he's talking about historian.
I know.
A historian's
Are you dumb?
work is part
Are
of
you dumb?
archaeology. He doesn't even
Oh,
understand basic archaeology.
mashallah, that's
So,
how-
Now it's changing.
please,
Now it's changing.
Now it's
Mecca,
changing.
please,
Now it's
Mecca.
changing.
What's the evidence for Mecca?
No, you didn't give me an archaeological.
What's the evidence for Mecca? 7th century.
Archaeological for Jesus. You didn't have me.
I only think it's fair. You answer his
Look.
7th century. What's the evidence for Mecca? Has he got any?
Ask him.
Has he got any?
Don't try to.
Just wait and see.
I got.
Just
Do
wait
you
and
have-
see.
Show me.
Just wait and see.
Can you, brother? Can you?
We'll give 2 minutes. Just wait and see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But note
You always
carefully.
get debunked.
Note carefully. He will not be showing any.
Let me
Please.
get the mic. Let me hold it.
No.
Hold.
Is it good?
Will
Why-
not
okay,
show
okay,
any.
bring
Please.
it, bring it.
Where is the evidence?
Why is it
Okay.
that?
You
Why is it
remember-
that you always get debunked by the scholars that come in?
You remember?
fine.
You remember
What's the
what
evidence?
he give to you? He give you historian.
Yeah. I know.
Now he's talking about the
Yeah,
existence
why are you
of
changing?
Mecca.
Why are you changing? Why are you running? Why are you running?
Listen. Diodorus Siculus, a 4th century BC Greek historian,
Mashallah.
while discussing in Arabian writing the people that inhabit these parts called Bizuminian and live up in wild beasts taken in hunting here is a sacred temple. High veneration among all the Arabian. The historical library evidence, the reference, historical library
Listen.
of Diodorus, the Sicilian, translated by G. Bate Esketan.
Is he getting to the point sometime soon?
Certainly,
Is he getting to the point sometimes soon?
George Zaydan, a Christian Arab as well.
Oh, wow. Did he give evidence for Mecca so far? Mecca?
Yes, I
Any
did.
evidence?
I did.
Yeah.
What the Arab who live in there? Did you
Arab
give
who
any-
live where?
Did you give in,
Arab who live
Did
where?
he give any evidence about
Arab who live where?
Which
So
evidence did you give about?
don't bring your
Look, this is tactic. When he get exposed,
So
this
no
is tactic.
no evidence
Can you-
whatsoever.
No,
No
please,
evidence.
please.
No
Look,
evidence whatsoever.
Did he let me finish?
So
Did he let me finish?
Ibrahim,
Let me finish.
don't follow him.
Let me finish.
No evidence
Let me
whatsoever.
finish. Look. George Zaydan is a Christian Arab from Beirut. He was properly talking. Yeah, because they're calling me to record. He was properly talking about the Doros, and he was confirming that Mecca existed. You coward. Now, which evidence do you have that existence of Jesus? Which evidence do you have about the existence of Jesus?
So no evidence for Mecca,
I
as you
give
saw.
him $2. He's a clown. He's a clown.
Yeah.
Go away.
Thank you.
Clown.
Thank you.
Clown.
Thank you. So
So as somebody said in the comments, you can take a Muslim out of the Dark Ages, but you can never take the Dark Ages out of Islam. Now here's what makes this whole video interesting, because Brother Stefan here, he's very biblical. I've talked to him on his live stream as well. But the interesting thing is, these Muslims are trying to disprove of Jesus to prove of Muhammad. That's where it gets interesting, because Muslims have this hypocritical double standard where they're willing to commit taqiyya and lie if it means to save Islam. For example, Muslims apparently believe in Jesus in the Quran, but now whenever it is beneficial to them, they don't believe in Jesus historically. So that is a very, very illogical fallacy. So they're basically saying that Jesus Christ exists in the Quran, but you can't prove him. That makes no sense whatsoever. No sense whatsoever. Literally, if Jesus doesn't exist, the Quran is false. I mean, I don't know what else to say to that. I don't know what these three Muslims were thinking about, but they're clearly being very dishonest, deceitful, and they're committing to taqiyya. I think the one in the middle, I think he was a little dishonest. I think he had a little more humility for sure than the other two. But I mean, you could clearly see all three of them. They're not seeking after truth. It doesn't appear that way. Because especially whenever you see like clear things, like you're supposed to believe in Jesus as a quote unquote prophet, but you don't even accept the fact that there's historical evidence for Jesus existing, you're creating some sort of double standard, and you're being dishonest at that point. But there is no historical evidence for Muhammad. Muhammad was just a figure that the Muslims follow according to the Quran, but there's no actual evidence that he actually ever existed. And whenever you look at Jesus Christ from a non-Christian, non-Islamic worldview, we see that Jesus Christ was a real historical fact. Hindus believe in him, Muslims believe in him, Christians believe in him, Jews believe in him, atheists believe in him. He's an actual historical figure. So people know that Jesus exists. We also know Tacitus and Pontius Pilate, Josephus, Flavius, they actually prove of the existence of Jesus Christ. I actually went through a whole live stream exposing Islam and showing that Jesus Christ actually does exist from a biblical and a non-biblical worldview unbiasedly. So, I mean, just these claims that they were making are very weak. And then he tried committing like taqiyya, but he also tried giving him a Sharia threat to this man of God, because he can't answer anything that he wants to question. You know, and so it's funny how they try running away. He asked simply, where's the proof that Muhammad actually existed historically? Then he tried giving evidence for the Kaaba. Like, bro, the Kaaba doesn't prove of Muhammad's existence whatsoever. The Kaaba just proves that there was a pre-Islamic society that existed before Islam that was actually pagan. So nothing about that proves of Muhammad's existence. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Please go ahead and subscribe, turn on notifications, smash that like button, and thank you guys so much for the members of the channel. I hope that God blesses you guys so much for your donation and financial support, and I hope you guys have a blessed weekend.